button.
Bam.
You're saying recording.
Yes,
All right. With my homies
Yeah.
in again, I got both of my homies. Another thing of Brews with the crew, and I love my crew. We are doing Double Impact. Came out 1991, and I got my book with me to tell you all the cast.
Oh, check you out.
It had Jean-Claude Van Damme and Jeffrey Lewis. You may not recognize his name, but you've seen this dude before. He was doing his thing.
Was he the one who played Frank or no?
Uncle Frankie.
Oh, he's the only actor I recognize besides Bolo Young.
Yeah.
Young. Alana Shaw, who was the lady who you would see the goods, and Christina Everson, who looks a lot less menacing when she's not wearing a brunette wig. And
if you go on Google, she looks extra like stacked.
Stack, but like a friendly stack. Like I'm on roids and I won't try and stack. Like, all right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna ask a couple questions from my homies, and then we can get into spoiler territory a lot sooner than usual. I'm gonna start with Ricky. I feel like this is gonna be funny. Do you feel like it holds up?
No. First, the way they look when it's on screen, it's always awkward. And then when they come back at a dude's head, you know it's not Van Damme. So like that, like special effects, dialogue, like to me, nothing except for like action holds up well in this movie.
Gotcha. How you feel, Rick?
You know, he brought up good points. like pretty much straight through. Like the action is good.
Okay.
But the whole
some of the action
for its time, like it had a lot of action. All right, but for its time.
We're talking about now.
No, right there. Come on. Oh no, then action. No, I mean it's Van Damme. Like
I thought you said action was good. No,
the action was. For Van Damme movie, I kind of liked it. In terms of a movie,
I won't swear you. I'm sorry, I don't want to swear you.
No, you're good. So like in terms of like, well, the twin thing, it wasn't working out. You can definitely tell when it wasn't like Van Damme. Like there was no hiding it. Like there was that one. Well, no. we'll go into that. But you can tell when it's a green screen and when it's not. I like the action mainly because it was just two of him, and they kind of did try to do the whole different styles.
Yes.
Like, you know, so I like that, but it was all right.
All right. I'm going to answer whether it held up well, in my opinion. Yes and no. Yes, like, the best way I can say it without getting into spoilers, because I always try to ask my friends, don't do that again, don't do that again. I'm trying to reel that in and not be a hypocrite. It doesn't hold up well in general. But after you watch the movie for a half hour, the tone is set, and compare it to a 2000s movie, not a recent movie. I can't think of a recent movie that you went into it knowing that you were going to get a B kind of movie. So no, it doesn't hold up well as far as if you're looking for a movie to be quality beyond the gimmick that they're telling you. But if you buy into the gimmick and you're like, God, that was whack, but I'll keep watching it, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's
okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I usually ask 3 questions. Do we think it did well? I ain't even gonna answer that shit because there's been a string of successful ass Van Damme movies, and Cyborg shouldn't have been successful. It was, but this movie better had did okay. I ain't even check. Ricky, did you check?
No, I assume like people who like Van Damme watched it.
Yeah.
What question? I should have asked y'all before, but I feel like Ricky can do a good ass job being put on the spot. You too, Rick.
I already have a question, not to jump like the shark or the gun, but like I want to know in the ranking of Van Damme movies you've already seen, where do you think this lands? Because I already have an idea. I don't think this is as good as Bloodsport in terms of action or as good a story as in Time Cop. It seems to be like in the middle of not enough action to be better than Bloodsport and not enough acting to be Time Cop. Okay. It just kind of is in the middle of like too much of the things that he don't do well in this movie, and not enough of the things he do right in this movie. Like gunplay is never great in a movie, and there's just way too much gunplay. And they're just shooting.
It was a lot of gunplay.
Shooting it around, and he does that thing where he rolled on the ground and was shooting. I was like, stop it, just stop it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me or Rick next?
Chris,
you go.
You got to still in because I know Rick's gonna bring the hot fury when it comes to what he thinks of the movie.
Damn it! Could you word it again for me because I don't know how to answer it well?
And in terms of Van Damme movies you've seen so far, where do you think this lands in quality of the Van Damme?
Got you. Honestly, that was going to be one of my nitpicks, one of my mini nitpicks. The gunplay was just, it was like, I found myself smiling knowing it was stupid. It was like, that's fucking stupid.
I told Ricardo, it's like when the kids imagine they're playing cops and robbers. It's like, ping, 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 I got you. And it was like,
I feel like even a 10-year-old will be like, bro, you should have to reload by now. But
that handgun, those two handguns had 37 bullets in it.
At one point, I wasn't counting. So let me start now. And he shot off 10 shots. Mind you, he had 2 guns. So you say, oh, it's only 5. But I'm like, but before these 5 shots, there was more than 11, or there was more than 22, to be fair, shots fired. I'm like, yo, is he just conjuring them up? Whatever. I still think I would put this movie before Bloodsport because to me, this gimmick is way better than the gimmick in Bloodsport because I only gave a fuck about when Van Damme fought Bolo and the dude with the unibrow. Every other fight in Bloodsport to me didn't live up to the legacy that I had remembered it to be. This, I buy into Van Damme being a tough guy who was raised on the streets and no parents, and a guy from California. And I don't know why. That's spoiler territory. Let me shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. It's on you, Rick. It's on you.
All right. Are we including like Cyborg and everything?
Everything we've watched in the series Brews so far.
I will say it's a level above Cyborg, but everything else is above it.
Dude, I'm with you. I'm going, literally right now, I'm going like Time Cop or Bloodsport, then the second one, then Double Impact, and last Cyborg. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going by what you guys said. So right now, I got this movie second to last.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. Because, I mean, here's the thing, like, I left watching it, compared to the other ones, when I left the other ones watching it, I had kind of like a memory of it. This one I kind of left, I was like,
yeah, I got like nothing I'm gonna remember it except for the stupid parts. Like why they keep traveling by boat. It's not that easy, but they make it seem like they're in a taxi cab. It bothers me. He literally got in a boat, saved the chick, drove in a boat back.
Yes. And it was like, yo, where you was at? Nigga, he was on the boat. Give us credit. And y'all left. Now you're like, it's suspicious what you did. It's 1991, bro, and y'all was gone. I couldn't get in contact with you. This is easily explainable. Our only means of transportation was a boat, and I had to rescue my brother's girlfriend, who he just never mind.
Yeah. But I will say this: they try to make everything seem hard. Like you saw when he first pulled up with the boat on the island, and he's like, and then the boat just stopped right before it hit him. Like, yeah.
He's like, that's because I'm this way. He's like, if I was bitch ass Chad, it would have been like,
he's like, no, I'm Alex, smooth. I'm like, dude, just park the boat. Like, you don't have to make everything seem like, oh my god.
Yeah, but Alex is like born in the streets. He's hard. Chad is not soft, doughy, colorful.
So all right. Just so I'm sure, and I'm sure of it, but I just want to know, you would do the same thing, Rick. You would rank it second to last, above Cyborg, but not above anything else.
Yeah.
All right. I'm in the minority group. I knew it was gonna be because I ain't gonna front. I am biased. I loved this movie as a kid. So I was like, yo, you get this Van Damme and that Van Damme, and that still hits me here. I will not lie, but I gotta put this above Bloodsport, and every motherfucking thing is above Cyborg. Cyborg ain't even a question.
I do have a question though. Another one.
Yeah.
If you weren't told that there were twins in this movie, and they subtracted the scenes where they were together, did it just seem like one long Van Damme movie? Because a lot of times they were in separate scenes. Even the fight sequences at the end, they were separate fights. They don't fight together.
Are you asking? I don't know. You saying it doesn't seem?
I'm asking, doesn't it feel like this one long regular Van Damme movie minus the scenes where they're just talking to each other together? Because almost all action is separate.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like it was hard to endure because of that.
No. I'm not saying it weighed on the quality. I'm saying almost like it's a cute little gimmick, but didn't really do anything to like turn it from a regular Van Damme movie.
Yeah, like you never saw them fighting side by side.
Exactly. There was
back to back.
Funny. And hell with you for even referencing that damn game. I didn't feel let down by that because I knew how the special effects don't hold up well. We can just throw that out there on the table like a fat dick in the porn.
But I felt like with twins, the best thing, the great thing about it would be to fight as twins, like you both in there.
Like where's the double roundhouse kicks? Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
I hear you. I was so sold on. I'm gonna bring up Kill Bill. Like I was so sold on the action from one. I didn't need much on the second one. I was so sold on the twin dynamic. Same for a part in the movie where I just felt they tried to be too deep, and it was like, come on, guys. Like rationale was thrown out the window in this one scene, but I didn't need them to be fighting together. I guess because in my mind now, my present day mind would be like, look how wacky it looks when they're just in a scene talking together. It would have, you know what I mean? I didn't miss anything with them not being fighting together, I guess. Because
I get that.
Scenes where they were in the same area, I was sold on. I was like, he gonna hold that down, he gonna hold this down. And I know why, because technology, this ain't Star Wars.
Understandable.
Of the movie is when there's a fight that happens in the movie where they're both in the same scene, but I don't want to go too far in depth on that. That was decent, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I feel like because it's double impact, I kind of compare it to like Double Dragon. You know, like even though not in terms of like.
I'm heartbroken.
No. I'm saying like the whole concept is two brothers going in. You want to see them like some team fighting. There was.
You can see the back of this one guy head at every shot. It was like, he'd be like, Alex, and he'd be like.
Ricardo, now you brought that up. I do feel like this movie is just that one day Van Damme was playing Double Dragon and thought, this would make a good movie. Because even the fact that they share the same love interest threw me off. I was like, why y'all kind of not beefing over the same lady?
Yes.
I'm like, this is Double Dragon.
That was nice. That was nice, Ricky. I was so sold. I was so not sold. I was so just thinking, this is bad writing. I forgot to even remember how, because at the end of Double Dragon, they fuck you over. You've been fighting as a team that whole damn game, and they're like, we're going to give you a chance to be a dick. And you think, I'm going to just play around, because that's what kids do. And one of you feels very betrayed, because you get your girlfriend and you meet out of your homie who you played this game with. Anywho, that's how I feel. Yeah. Rick, do you have a question that you would like to ask before we just go right into it?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna get the brews.
Don't forget about the beer, though.
Not at all. Not at all.
No. New movie comes new beer.
Yes, because mine is nice and frosty. And that bad boy in the freezer. Yeah. I keep it frosty.
It's got a whole bunch of frost on top.
It is. My beer is sweating. Hard to tell right now. I gave you a double impact.
Yeah, this movie was not good.
No.
Universal Soldier is going to be number one. I'm throwing that out there right now.
All right. Yeah, I can see that.
This is on tape. I'm not backing down.
Look back and see. I told you.
What's up?
Well, I said that Universal Soldier is going to be number one. I ain't backing down from this.
I probably go by that. I think it might be.
I hear you, man, but just give time to have a chance.
I'm clear eyes, clear mind. Oh wait, you in the beer?
What are we doing? Oh, I'm going with the golden monkey first.
You're trying to
go with the.
Stop killing me right now. All right. Yeah.
Just go down. You've been on two.
Yeah, enjoy the background. I will be back.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good background. But I don't know. I'm gonna go into the movie Clear Eyes. I'm not gonna like just already say that. I just feel like being dipped inside the Van Damme verse, I'm starting to get the logistics of movies. I feel like even if Universal Soldier's the best movie, it's gonna edge other movies by a small margin. Like no movie's gonna be like, wow, like that was amazing.
I ain't gonna front, yo. And I know we keep bringing it up, but Cyborg, Time Cop. Like, it's Cyborg.
I get that,
Yeah.
but I just feel like I expected this movie to be better because I'm like, yeah, you know what? I do remember this being decent, and there's two Van Dammes. They're gonna give me a lot of action, and I was like, wow, I'm being teleported to all the ordinary things Van Damme does in every scene.
Yes, I did have high. I'm not gonna front. I had high expectations.
Cheers.
Yeah, boy, we can do it.
Screw.
Yours is like almost disappearing in the background.
Yeah. Because it sometimes it gets caught up and it doesn't know what's the green screen.
Okay. All right. I don't hate this.
I don't.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of salt.
Yes. It's almost like sour, but with no actual taste.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's no passion.
Yes.
Passion in this fruit.
It's like they took a crybaby and they shook it over some water aggressively, and that's what you got, crybaby water.
Yeah. It's like first it's sour, and that's
then
it, motherfucker.
Wait, first it's sour, and then it kill you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink it.
I'll finish this. I can say that. You know.
Oh no, I'm gonna definitely finish this. I'm saying if it killed me, then that was up.
If it wasn't 4.8, I'd be all over it. Like if it was like 10, I'd drink it all the time. I'm not gonna waste my alcohol on this with this 4.8 though.
Yeah. Passion Fruit Ghost by Two Roads. If anybody wants to try that shit.
No, you don't.
It's great.
You don't.
But it's not terrible.
Here's the thing.
Here it goes.
You walk outside and put your hand like this, and a beer can fell in your hand. Drink it. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Which one? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you was somewhere and you was putting up with the atmosphere, so you was hoping something could happen after you stayed there for a long enough time, you'd be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but don't go out of your way to get this. Then you're wasting your time.
No.
Not at all.
No. It's that beer like when you all been drinking and it's like, well, that's left. You're not disappointed that that's left, but at the same time, you're like, why did we buy it?
I'm only smiling. I know exactly what you mean. Like after you drink all the good beer and you got the buzz, you're like, this is okay now.
I just want to coast. Yeah, I want to coast with this. Yeah. All right. Who want to go into spoilers first?
I will start immediately. First of all, the movie starts with, I guess the premise is his bridge or tunnel has just been built. And mind you, I didn't know those were that lucrative. I thought they were made by the government, but whatever. I don't know nothing.
Okay.
Guy who finishes it seems like he's very important. He's got his twin. They're both adorable. Wife looks okay. It's like, job well done. Let's go home, celebrate this tunnel and or bridge. I'm not quite sure being built. Then bam, Triad shows up. I'm happy because Bolo Young is there. And I'm like, what? Bolo? I forgot you were in the movie. I am stoked now. I'm like up here because of Bolo Young. Because it could have been some average dude who I don't care about. No. Freaking Bloodsport. I'm calling Bloodsport right now. Bam shows up, regulates. Of course the mom and dad get it. This is a Disney movie. They're dead. Twins survive. One lady just takes one kid, even though my man Frank, his friend, says take both those kids.
Yes.
You heard the fence? They was shooting, and Frank was in Vietnam.
I'm not gonna put.
Carry both.
How do you decide? You just gonna leave one?
Oh, in her defense, none of them babies was blood. I feel like she reached for the closest one and said, "I'm trying."
Ain't much reaching. She had them both in her hands to begin with.
No.
In the car. Yeah, she had them down there.
She did. But look, man, they were shooting for a long ass time. They was dumping. I think she was like, "Fuck it, I want to live too. I'm not getting hit up and save the babies." You gotta give her some credit. I'm like, would have been like,
I give it no credit.
She was like, when you try hard, one Van Damme baby die hard.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I felt like you had to try to leave that baby behind. Like that wasn't like they both were in his head. You had to be like, "Dude,
you ever ran with two babies?"
I never ran with one baby.
But I never get shit. Look,
I feel like
all right?
I feel like adrenaline would help, you know? it's like a very like life or death situation. If I don't take these kids, one of them will die. She did not mind that one iota.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you saw no remorse. Ain't no way she was like, damn, I left the baby behind. She was like, I got one baby.
You ain't had
I need to put him to bed.
What was she
My man,
like? Oh.
my man fought Bolo Young and then took one of the kids. Like he was under a lot more stress.
That nigga was shooting.
He handled it.
She ain't had no gun.
Bullets was flying directly at him. They weren't flying directly at her. They was flying directly at him, and he still thought, "Let me take this baby."
Let me take this baby. The thing is, though, if there wasn't a baby left behind, he probably would have been okay to die. So that baby saved his life.
You know, it's weird. I kind of forgot the premise. So I thought in my mind, I was like, "Does the triad raise the baby?" Because I was like, "I forget what this is about." I knew he wore a leather jacket.
Almost thought that.
Baby.
I almost thought that.
Oh no!
I remember one was bad, and I was like, "Hold up."
Zhang ran Hong Kong. So
no. Yeah, I just thought like right before it happened in my mind as the gunfight's happening, I'm like, oh, she takes one baby, Triad takes another baby.
He's gonna grab the other one.
Frank was gonna win the day.
These assholes left their infant.
All right, so
I thought so too.
So we shoot 25 years later. Now that we know that Uncle Frank the bodyguard takes one baby.
Thanks, Chad.
Thank you, Chad. And Alex is left at like a convent or nun in France, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alex? No, Alex left in a Hong Kong for whatever reason.
No, are you sure? No,
but it was
I think
like a friend. It was a
mention. Actually, no, you're right.
Because the Triads were there.
Okay.
They mentioned France.
Yeah, they mentioned France and Alex with the cognac, so that's why I thought he was born in France, like he was raised in France. But now I think Chad was raised in France.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't understand.
This was dumb already.
Why
you might be right.
Did Alex have a French accent?
Because I thought he was raised in France.
That would make more sense.
But now I remember Uncle Frank and Chad talking about how he raised him in France. So now I'm just like, whatever.
Yes.
Who cares?
Frank raised Chad in France, and they went to Cali. You know what I'm saying? That's so because the Triads, you know, they're not international.
Okay, all right. But so the bridge was built in China.
The proposal was for the tunnel at first. That's what the dad was like. Yeah, nigga, we did a good thing. And then because it was 25 years later,
double impact
stuff.
Hey. Like 25 years later, why does Van Damme want to be so young? I'm not buying 25 years old. I'm just not buying it. But for the movie, I digress. It's not that big a deal. But when I saw 25,
I was wondering. I was like, damn, my
lie.
was older. I don't know actually. Let me look it up.
So all right, so let's say 25 years later now, like Chad is living the life in LA. It's like how do I describe this? It's like a LA fitness / dojo.
That's exactly what it was. Because he had on, you shouldn't be wearing that shit. And his man upstairs was like, yo, we handling business. I said dojo. Hey yo, Chad, go handle the dojo. He's like, just like this. He's like, you put that shit on, B. He's like, I'm gonna go in his room and handle this important thing that I'm not gonna tell you about.
I know. I will tell you eventually, like 10 minutes later, but not right this second.
And that was stupid to me. He's your brother, and then he's all upset. He's your brother. You ain't tell him. Like if my uncle was like, Chris, come over, we can go out West Trent. And I see this dude who looked like me, but with a mohawk. And he's like, I was raised liking culturally white things. And I'm like, who is this guy? My uncle be like, how you not know? I'm like, because you never told me, motherfucker.
Told me, right?
It doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, to me, that was dumb. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be the word. That's gonna be the word of this podcast video, because like a lot of things in this movie are half baked. The problem is there's too many half baked things in here. This is like the worst bakery ever because everything is gooey inside.
That's a very good description, Ricky. So I'm going to piggyback off that and say this is why I differ from you and Rick. I don't disagree that this movie is stupid and has plenty of downfalls. I was so sold on the dynamic of this being the movie where Van Dammes are twins, and that's what carries me through it. If you think that's a weak ass concept, I don't think you'll enjoy this movie, because that's what it's like. If you went to somebody's crib for a birthday party, but you don't like cake, and everybody there is kind of a shitty person. They got this one couch that smell like butt, and their dad be trying to hit on you, and you're a man. Ain't no reason to go to this party. You know what I mean? If you don't like cake, don't go to that fucking party, B.
But I feel like if you like cake and you come to this house, you should leave. And like, if it wasn't for this time, if it wasn't for this video, I don't know if Ricky would finish this. Not to say I don't enjoy it, and I do love Van Damme, but like, it was just so. Everything that happened was so inconsequential and half-baked, and there was no logic used at all. At least Time Cop tried with logic.
Yeah.
Here,
Time Cop exceeded this.
Yeah, there was no A to C here. It was like A to C or D to H or I to Z. Because like, how you gonna make these two people care about people they don't even know? And I get I get there was an injustice, but they're so far removed from it. It's like, how do you get us to buy into putting our lives on the line?
Yeah, I feel like I understand why you wouldn't tell Chad such a traumatic story, but then you just spring it on him. So it's like, all right, you didn't want to traumatize him as a youngin', but you can't expect a 25 to 26-year-old male or person. Hey, yo, guess what? I'm not your uncle. Well, you're not my uncle. Because I was this dude your dad hired. It's like, all right, well, you piece of shit. You're the only family I have. And then you tell me my mom and dad were murdered. And this thing that this evil guy and other evil guy, I'm going to take over what they have because it's rightfully mine. And the girlfriend, Alex's girlfriend makes a great point. You can't prove none of this shit. He's like, I don't need to prove it, girly, which I found super
He's like, I was there.
And she's like, I'm not telling you you're lying, old man. I'm telling you that I'm a lawyer or something like it. You can't just, this isn't how things go. Yo, get your brother. I'm some old fuck, and we want to take down the syndicate. You think the cops ain't good for shit around here. We'll be okay. Okay, but your plan is to spring it on this guy who you think is capable and bring along his brother who, for no reason, is super capable. The only thing we see about Chad is he's in a fucking dojo and he likes wearing the pants that men shouldn't wear, but it was the 80s, so whatever. I get it. Karate, I was sold on Chad being a capable fighter, just this guy who was a nice person. So I could see the dynamic between Alex being the tough guy, him being the, I'm trying to be a cool person with you. Why do you want to be, bro? But when he picked up a gun, he was just as good as Alex.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it was laughable when he was like,
all right.
Pow, pow, pow. And all of a sudden, the guy's like, oh, dead in my chest, like good aim. Like, no.
He was, I'm not telling you it made sense. I'm telling you that if you switch hairstyles, they were the same person with a gun in their hand.
I 100% agree. It's just
I know. But like Chad was the person that made mistakes. Like Chad already had a red dot on him. He was finna get shot. He got beat up multiple times. It's the only reason why he's still alive is because they're like, oh, we're gonna let him go.
And he got beat up by Bolo. That's not fair. Man, Alex never fought Bolo, dude. I'm talking about just the
Alex was smart.
Like,
Bolo, I'll take you with the furs on.
He got caught slipping, yes, but in his defense, that was once with a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
here's the thing, like Alex went up to snap a dude's neck, he's dead. Chad go up, he's like, hits him with the gun, the dude falls, makes man noise, he's like, oh crap, and then somehow he gets saved.
All right, you're
that
right.
Wasn't gunplay. They were just pointing out the extreme differences where Alex is the street dude and he's ready for all kind of action, and Chad is hokey and still makes silly mistakes, which is shoehorned in. But as far as when he picked up the gun, all I'm saying is, remember when he first picked up that pistol, he rang off crazy shots. We all know that wouldn't be a tight grouping. He was like, I'm a pussy. That was like 12 shots. And he's like, like, we have no reason to believe you're a killer.
The movie goes out of its way to show the differences between Alex and Chad at first, and then they stop trying. And once we reach by the time we reach the end of the movie, there's no difference between the two. You can literally exchange or put in any two, and they're shooting the same, they're fighting the same, they're talking the same.
I will say by the end, yeah, they became the same. But the progression, though, Chad got his butt whooped a lot, and even by his brother.
Yes, but again, I'm not criticizing that. All I'm saying is the gunplay was they were both like fucking efficient as hell for no reason. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say more time in the movie, Chad was efficient as opposed to not. Again, it wasn't progression. It was they stuck to the premise in the beginning, and then by the middle of the movie, they just stopped trying to give you the double, like them being two different sides of a coin. It was just like, oh, they're now just in scenes either together or separate. Like, it wasn't like he's North Pole, he's South Pole. Like that was only the first 35 minutes, and after a while, it's like Van Damme in one scene, Van Damme in another scene.
I'm gonna. Rick, I feel like I don't want to take away. What were you gonna say?
No. I was gonna go to something extreme.
Fuck it.
Like,
do it.
Wait.
Listen, this is the easy.
With Alex, the drinking scene.
Oh my God, that was wait.
Yo, if you didn't, I was literally going to be like, I get it. What you want to do is, we all know what they were going for. They don't get along. They don't know each other. They don't trust each other. But then we find a common cause, right? But then when all you know what I mean, like they got all this other stuff going against them. So you throw some extra friction in, internal friction. But it was so, dude, right now you're thinking about your brother boning your girlfriend. When you know this syndicate is going against you, that's not going to be the first thing on my mind. And I ain't gonna be like, oh my God, yo, he tearing my girlfriend up. I'm imagining this vivid scene.
He was tearing up that dream sequence.
Dude, what he imagined wasn't just she might be sleeping with him. He was imagining Skinamax plus some. He was like, ooh. He's like,
it was going in.
And then when he goes to them, they swept this under the rug. He smacked the shit out of his girlfriend.
Yes, he did.
He's like, I'm gonna fight you because you shouldn't hit the woman. You're bad. I'm good, right? And then Frankie come in like, y'all need to chill out. This old dude, listen to me. He's like, I'm leaving. I'm going to swim. And they're like, that was terribly written. Alex made sense because he's a piece of shit. They make him out to be a piece of shit right there. So he just wanders off on the beach. I get that. But he never apologized to his girlfriend for smacking the shit out of her.
Oh, no.
I love
she was all good with that.
I'm like,
he had grabbed her a couple times pretty hardcore throughout the movie. So him hitting her, I feel like has happened before. Like I
was able to pretend like it didn't until he did.
He grabbed her arm like, get back over here.
But here's the best. She did fill up on his brother's junk.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that got him on her.
And she was like, tell what's his face, give me a kiss for me or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like she was out of pocket for that because I'm like, if he's abusive, that typically doesn't just stop because you make a funny joke. You're just gonna bring it back up. But when he initially got mad at her, that was stupid. If I have a brother, right, and I don't know about him until yesterday, and then my girlfriend come through and he in my apartment and he like, yeah, girl, I'm gonna be mad at him because I'm like, you know what I mean? He's like, how would you not know that's not me? Because he's your fucking identical twin? That was stupid. That was very stupid.
Yeah.
I'm going to be on the nitpick train. I don't want y'all to think just because I like this movie, I'm going to be in denial. There's a lot of shit wrong with this movie.
Yeah.
But wait, you know what's not wrong though? The blonde lady without clothes on. That's what's not wrong.
Okay, so we're going to get into the gratuitous nudity part of this 90s movie. 90s, it was 91, so they carried over from the 80s. It was like, yo, it made sense to be thrown in there, but not so heavy. That's why I'm going to call it gratuitous, because if he would have thought my brother probably smashing my girlfriend, I get that. Dude, that scene went on, and I was just like,
it was 0 to 60 real quick.
Yeah, and it stayed at 62. You thinking, all right, he's going to get off on his ex. Van Damme was like, nope.
He's like, no. Like,
we get it, bro. He's like, no, keep the cameras rolling. I want to justifiably sexually assault this woman because I'm Van Damme. And I feel like he's one of those free love people. Off topic a little bit, guys. And every fucking Van Damme movie, he has to hit somebody in the balls or has his balls hit.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I think he likes gay stuff, but also makes up for it because he needs to be naked with a woman. He like, hey,
he didn't show his butt in this movie though, so
I ain't gonna front, yo.
I got scared for it.
I got scared when they spoke in the dojo. I was like, here we go. Oh. So.
Mm-hmm. Even though I don't feel like that was any better. It was a little too much.
Remember Time Clock where he did that split that was unnecessary in the kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
But it was quick and done. He stayed on the floor for me. I'm like, dude, get up off the floor. You guys are having a conversation. I could see him split right there. This is too long.
Watch Bloodsport and tell me what you think of that one scene. And you'll know what scene I'm talking about when you watch it.
It was too much.
It was. It was bare ass cheeks.
I kind of think I kind of remember.
Don't try. Don't. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the movie. So they meet Alex and Chad for the first time. They're like, "Hey, don't be touching my woman." He's like, "Hey, didn't know it was your woman though. Even though she was coming on to me, I should have known better because I knew I had a twin. So I don't know whether or not Alex knew he had a twin."
Yeah.
So either way, they meet. It's awkward, but then they understand. Hey, Uncle Frank brought you guys together so you can try and get the tunnel. I'm going to keep messing this up because I just don't remember which one it was.
Not that important. The tunnel was the beginning where their dad played a part.
Okay. Well, you have to try and get the rights back so that you can profit off of this tunnel bridge. So go fight who I think is the head of the triad and then the businessman who made a deal with him. So you got.
Now, here's my thing.
Summarize that very well.
Jane, right?
Yes.
But I can't remember.
Why do they make it seem like the guy is just as important as the triad guy? Because I mean, I don't know. Like you're in his home country. I kind of feel like the head of the triad guy should be like
the top, right?
Dude, you work for us.
Yeah. You know why I think they did that? I'm not gonna act like I know for sure, Rick. First, and I know it's gonna seem uber black. Fuck it. It kind of felt like I agree with you, Rick. Like I'm like, yo, you're in Hong Kong and this dude is Asian. Shouldn't he top you by a little bit at least? But it was like, it's the 80s. This white guy is like at least a little bit Shao Kahn and your Shang Tsung. And I'm like, that's bullshit, but whatever, right?
Yes, it is.
Also, though, I think it was like one guy has to beat out the other just by a little bit. And then in the end, they'll both be bitches. Because we need two villains because we have two Van Dams. I think they balanced it out by just showing that Shang was definitely the muscle though. He was like, "Yo, I run shit. For whatever reason, I'll let you run your mouth off a little bit." And I don't know why.
But all right, so we get to this point. They agree they're gonna do it. It doesn't take much convincing, even though I think it should.
They're like, "I don't trust you," but Frank said we should rock. And you like, Alex don't know Frank. And he like, I mean.
I was wondering
that. Immediately get into it. They immediately get into the shit. They go on a mission with the heat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. Because after this, it's a bunch of forgettable, like, it's not forgettable events. I start to forget the connection between every scene in this movie. Like, drug lab, cool. Bar scene, cool. I start to not understand why they need to do these things.
You know, you're right.
I will propose what I think. But it's only a proposal. It's to get the syndicate's attention, like, yo, we in town, bitches. And if y'all don't know it's us, we're gonna plant the seed so y'all can't trust anybody. Out of nowhere, they're very convinced that they have a traitor within their ranks. And Shang don't have his henchmen back at all when fake ass Bill Murray, Bizarro Bill Murray, is all like, I think it's that guy. Kill the Asian guy. And the Asian guy is like, it wasn't me. And they're like, so what? Buff woman stab him. And Cowboy Boots is ha ha ha. And I'm like, that's fucked up. Nobody assumed it was dude with the weird ass accent side. He like, like, fuck this guy.
Riddle me this. Why did they make it seem like the hotel that they were going to was going to be a major deal in their plan to do whatever they're going to do? Because they got on the boat, they got on the island like, yes, this is going to work. And I'm like, for what? You guys are nowhere close to that. Like,
you're right. I don't understand why they had to be so far away after trying to get the triad's attention. Like, why do all that stuff, bring the heat on you, and then have to leave to an abandoned hotel? Like, why not stay undercover and do stuff like smooth?
Close by. Yeah.
Again, I will not pretend like, oh, I know why. What I had built in my mind over all these years was they thought we want to home alone these niggas. We want the ball in our court. But I'm gonna to your point, Rick, that ultimately didn't pan out well for them because they were somewhere else.
Yep.
So Yeah, it's a wash. I feel like it was an idea that they was like, yo, we got too much momentum to care about the stupid shit in this overall story.
Speaking of stupid shit, I want to you throw up another one for me. I don't understand how the evil henchman woman gets in a helicopter, flies past the boat, then assumes that they are staying at the hotel without ever seeing the boat go to the hotel.
I'm upset that they had access to all these fucking resources. I get it, y'all evil henchmen, which pisses me off. I get it, the trope, but it was like evil for the fuck of being evil. It's like, I'll get on, boss. Like,
if you're gonna be evil, you might as well be evil.
I get it, dude. But they went to the bar and fucked my man up for no reason. She pulls the gun on him. He like, I don't know what y'all talking about. My man with the Spurs like, I've been waiting to use these corny ass hooker boots. And he spin kicks and cuts the throat. And she like, I got the ratchet. Let me show you what else we got, bro. He like, how can we up ratchets? And she like, a helicopter. He like, oh shit, KYW 1060. We got everything. They get in a fucking helicopter, which should have took her more time. She goes from foot to helicopter and is scouting, what I imagine, all of Hong Kong, and sees the boat that one of the brothers is on. I'm like,
with her eyes and binoculars.
She like, that's the only boat in the water? Nah, that ain't him. But I know they gonna be at this motherfucking abandoned hotel. Intel. He like, whatever, yo. I guess muscles make you super smart. Cause
all right. But I can't let this go before I forget. Dude with the boots.
Fuck him.
What kind of fight scene was that?
Who's like,
in the dark.
Yo, he beat him by punching a hole in the wall and showing light, and the dude was just standing there like, "We got me."
Yes, he was so taken aback by that. He was like, "Holy shit, you ruined my whole plan." I'm like, "You can still run, bro." He was like, and then Van Damme proceeded to cyborg him, Ricardo. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He was like, "Yo, I'm tired of kicking and shooting. I'm punching you to death."
Yes.
And Booker Boots got his ass dismantled because he had a terrible game plan. If turning on the lights ruins your game plan, you probably shouldn't be a henchman.
But his kicking abilities seem on par with Van Damme's. He was doing his kicking thing in the dark. So why did like being in the light now like all of a sudden he can't kick anymore?
I feel like because yes. I feel like he only can kick when you're not seeing where the kicks is coming from. Because they made sure to show that Alex was like. And Alex was like, I'm tired of this shit. PSCNG activate. And he was like, got your ass now. He was like, he didn't run. He didn't try to pull a gun. He was like, oh, this nigga got me. He was like, holy shit out of you. My brother might have missed this, but I will whoop your ass. And he's like, and I'm like, that bad guy died from being punched to death. Worst bad guy ever, yo.
Light made him give up. Walk around with a flashlight all the time.
I'm so glad you brought that fight up because like that fight was the most ridiculous fight. But when he punched that hole in the wall, he was like, I've had enough of your bullshit.
You know what's crazy? I was so taken aback by how he whooped his ass. I mean whooped. I completely glossed over him punching a hole in the fucking wall. That's not normal. That's superhero shit.
And the thing is, he punched that hole and lit up the whole room. I don't know what kind of.
They had some strong ass light back then.
What kind of light did come through that? I don't know. Yes, it was that guy.
You know what's bad? I remember that fight scene, but I forgot it was in a Van Damme movie. And I always remember this, but I thought it was in the 80s.
I remember that too.
I was like, yo, there's this old movie where this guy is in the dark and he's kicking somebody. And it doesn't end well for him. But I forgot how bad it ended for him. He literally was dumbstruck, like, fight?
Look, the beatdown was so bad, they don't show the actual beatdown. They show shadows of him whooping.
The last hit is like, look, guys, you get where it's going. He was like, oh, damn. Yo, Alex was not playing. He fucked his brother up and the bad guy, number 3 or number 2. I'm gonna call him the second lieutenant because the muscle.
Number 2.
Oh no, who stabbed Evil?
No, he's number 3.
That was Chad, though, right?
Alex stabbed Fake China. Yeah.
Damn, he killed everybody then.
Alex wanna fuck around. You know what I don't like? When you chase a bad guy and scream their name.
He smacked the shit out of her.
Oh, yes,
he loves smacking women in this movie.
His pimp hand strong.
I think Van Damme was tired of being called a respectable man. He was like, tired of respecting ladies. I should beat the fuck out of them, but under the guise of a character. And they was like,
he's like, Chad didn't do it. Alex did it.
Alex was slapping mad women in this movie.
He was.
Jesus Christ.
He was.
And then she was like, Alex. I'm like, bitch, he slapped you hard. Like,
yep, that's why she came back.
Right.
That's true. she got some Stockholm thing going
on. Don't put the powder on it.
Yo, when you slap a bodybuilding woman and it has the same effect as a regular woman, you know you've been slapping women for a long time. She was like, I'm menacing. I got a knife that I do it. Oh shit. I was like, bitch. I told you. She's like, why do you have a French accent? You were raised in Hong Kong. I don't know.
We put the ball on it real quick.
Somebody put us back on track. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ricardo. You last, and we'll get back on the train.
All right. Because I kind of fast forwarded to the end. Should we step back, or should I just keep going?
We'll go as far back as they've agreed to help, and then the next major point I talk about is when Zhang mistakes Chad for Alex. Because then you get an idea that Alex has been dabbling with Zhang this whole time.
Yes, yes.
Which is something
they whooped Chad ass.
Multiple times.
Like a Christmas.
One. It wasn't just one time.
But listen, they never really go in depth past that. Like, you understand they've had interactions. And then Alex finds out that they were part of his parents getting killed. But then Alex never has another interaction with Zhang to the end of the movie, I think. Because remember, it's Chad they meet up at the restaurant when he started doing explosives. Okay, so he mistakes Chad for Alex. Zhang wants to do more business with him. Chad loses his fucking mind and tells him to go fuck himself. I thought
that was stupid, but I tried to keep in mind, well, he does know that this guy was part of the reason his parents were murdered.
Yes, and if he murdered his parents, he'll murder you.
Yes. Yeah. It's like you being defiant right now isn't smart. Play along. Yeah, he could at least be like, okay. But he's like,
yes. So he tells Zhang to go fuck himself, and immediately Zhang's like, cool, I got something for your ass.
Yeah. Polo was like, you ready? He's like, all right, you can fuck him up. He's like, I've been waiting because I got this scar for 25
I keep in my mind imagining every interaction between Bolo and Van Damme as a sequel to Bloodsport. Like, he's just been waiting to whoop his ass. I've just been waiting all day for this.
Yes.
They beat Chad like a drum, and they don't kill him. I thought he was going to die for a second. They don't kill him.
I will say this. Because in this fight, they cut straight to the point. It wasn't like they didn't give Chad no chance. He beat one dude who's like, Bolo, nah, go ahead.
Oh yeah,
and then
Bolo was like, nah, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Not in my house.
A nitpick of mine, if I can, real quick.
Of course.
I get it, tropes. I love tropes, considering the time. But did they really have to make Bolo kill that guy who lost the fight? It's like, bro, that's a fucking business associate.
It's Bolo.
He just lost the fight. No, Rick. I get it. He's Bolo, but they're making illegal drug transactions. Do you really want to just kill this guy when he can bring you X amount of money? Come on, just smack him up.
Yeah, because now they can split it between, instead of 20 people.
That's not how drug transactions work. You need people to do them. He's all like, ugh.
Look, you may know that. I don't think Bolo knows.
He's been running drugs for 25 years. He better. And he got a scar.
I don't think Bolo does much math.
Yes.
Bolo knows.
But guess what? He gonna think the more people he kills, the more he gonna get.
He's fucking.
You try to tell him that's not the case.
We're chalking that up to bad writing. One thing I got to nitpick on again. I'm sorry, Ricky. You've been explaining
no,
very
please.
well.
Nitpick it when we're in the scene. Keep it going. You got it.
I got to dial back to the beginning. I thought the beginning was great, and then what the movie did, for me, I felt like the beginning was great, and then once the parents get murdered, it goes because the production, you know what I mean? They already give you a sense of their parents are important, you know what I mean? And then the dad, his connection with Frankie, and he like, yeah, I told you could take the night off. And then when they show that scene, like he's like, yeah, I did. He like, oh man, that's not you. I thought that shootout was great. The only thing that really messed me up was I forgot how fucking visceral that murder was. They showed the mom's face blown off. I don't know if y'all seen it, but when she was on the ground, her face was like shot.
I think I looked away.
It was like that was.
Oh no, it was gone.
You know, they didn't need to do all that. They shoot her in the chest or something. She's like, ah! He's like, I'm super evil, not just a bad guy. I'm gonna shoot a woman in the face. I'm like,
I feel like action rated R movies don't divvy up the rated R correctly. Like it's always in random spots. You can never really like brace yourself for whatever random like rated R stuff's gonna happen. Like if a booby pop out, it's suddenly. If someone gets eviscerated, it's like randomly.
Yeah, I did enjoy
how I will say
Frank's character.
They could have topped it if it was supposed to be a twin and Bolo ate one of the babies.
Why?
It would have just been one Van Damme. Now he's vengeful for his twin.
No
that's in Bolo's stomach.
Dude, the whole movie was tainted by the fact that he just ate that baby.
Yeah. No one wants to go. I wouldn't want to go see should have been double, but a single impact. I want to see that. I mean, it's just another Van Damme movie. But when you throw twins in it, Chris is like, oh, I love that. Because y'all remember back in the day, seeing twins on the show and thinking, what if I had a twin? And then you're an adult and you're like, it would just be another motherfucker who looked like me. Like,
well,
you know, that's it.
Depends. Unless it's Arnold and what's his name?
David in twins.
Thank you. Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. No, we're not just having a fucking fraternal twin.
Ricardo, your poster is making me think of something. Why was Alex flexing hard as hell every time he held a gun?
Because
it's Alex.
Yes.
It's Alex. First of all, who flexes when you're lighting a cigar? He has a cigar all the time. Who carries a cigar everywhere you go? I'm gonna go to a gunfight. I'm gonna go take a shower.
I mean,
he was like my girlfriend.
I don't mean he was flexing style-wise. I mean, he literally was making a muscle every time he held a gun. He's like,
because he doesn't know how not to. The man stomped out his cigar and then took another cigar. Like, why you stomp it out?
Because it lost its flavor.
It was just it was jarring to see him like all muscles like tense
all the time.
I'm like, I don't think he's supposed to tense up.
He had to be hard.
Got to. That's how you roll around on the ground and shoot people on point.
Oh my God, dude, that is the worst scene of the movie. That is by far the scene where I was like, oh, this isn't getting any better than that.
I think Van Damme saw a movie and was like, I gotta do that shit. And somebody was like, okay, bro, but make sure there's so much action people can omit that. And he just forgot it should be good action. Because the bad guys, that's one of my nitpicks, were ridiculously incompetent. Rick, you said Alex broke a guy's neck and Chad failed at it. He made sure to make up for it. Later on in the movie, towards the end, before they run down on the bad guys, it's after they make up, Alex wakes up drunk on the beach, and Chad is like, hey, you fucking alcoholic, you ready to stop being a piece of shit? And he's like, let's go save my girlfriend so I can stop slapping her and save our uncle.
Oh, he snaps the dude's neck with his legs, right?
Yes. They were, the JCVD twins were ridiculously efficient at killing. Again, we've not been shown that Alex is a murderer. I mean, not Alex. We can assume Alex is a murderer because he's a street dude. But Chad, we see him wearing spandex in the beginning. He kicks this guy in the face for justice. I get that. He cool. He a guy with morals. But dude, he's killing people and not even flinching. Like, they show him being a wimp compared to his street brother. I get that. I would be a wimp compared to a street version of Chris, but I wouldn't go in a fucking corner store and be like, boink, snap your neck with my thumb. Because when he killed that guy with his knees, it was like, what the fuck?
Hold up. I didn't think you've done this for a while, but now you're
a pretty good killer.
Yeah, you kill for sport. Like but he doesn't appear that. Okay, I get you. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. They made him too efficient. Alex, we can buy into. You deal with syndicates. You sell fucking cars off a boat. Cool. You got to be ready for some shit.
I still think fencing and murdering is a huge like gap in between though. Like I sell illegal stuff, but I also murder people. Like whoa, I hope that wasn't the same deal because that guy couldn't have buy what you were selling.
Yeah,
yeah. I want to know this.
Go ahead.
If I ever become a bad guy, I'm not working for any tribe. Like I'm working solo because they kill each other like it's nothing. They don't care about each other.
If you ain't play cards together.
We cutting up cocaine together and stuff, and you just going, you don't even care about me. You snapping my neck. Come on, my dude.
Nah, it's all about class systems. If you're not Bolo, you're fucked. As far as the guy with the accent, which I couldn't place. I don't know.
God, dude, it was Nigel Griffith, I think was his name. They kept saying Griffith because remember the girlfriend works for him. Which, by the way, that random girl-on-girl rape scene was unnecessary. I was like, it's unnecessary.
But you know what's weird? Bro? I was like, she looks very manly. But as long as they put her with another woman, now I can be attracted to her. But if they would have had Van Damme like, hey, he, she, woman, strong woman, I want to do you. I'm like,
but when she had her on the wall, I'm like, this is feminine enough to work. Not for that woman. But
I was very impressed by her not being a fucking rapist just because she was strong enough to take the cookies. She was always trying to get in, but she never forced. She was like, hey, girl, you want to search me? And she was like, no, I'm scared. You're strong, bitch.
No, I think she did the business and then was like, hey, to make things better, you can do me. But that chick was like, I'm already traumatized, bro. Like, I didn't want those finger guns,
She reminded me of that chick at the 8, Chris.
Stop it. Stop it. Please let's save that for the end, and I'll stop the recording button.
All right, so we're back at Nigel Griffith was like the worst bad guy ever because he was only gaining things financially. I'm trying to keep this going. I'm talking to you, Ricardo. This bad guy was only getting money. So I don't know why they feared him so much, like you said. Zhang had the manpower because the triad was the muscle. He only had spur shoes and muscle.
You're right. They just wanted to give 2 villains, but I swear that. And again, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, guys. But I think that white superiority was just like for no reason. He was a foreigner, but he has to be over Zhang when Zhang clearly has the more efficient henchman. Bolo Young.
He has most of the henchmen because most of the henchmen are triad. So
even the throwaway dudes were under Zhang. You're right, and he had a shitload of them. At least 14 throwaway dudes got murked in this movie.
I felt better towards like the last third of the movie where Zhang and Griffith worked closer together. Like when they were listening to the girlfriend's phone calls in the building, when they were like having the meetings. I'm like, okay, y'all working side by side is more like a partnership for the most part. But I still feel why does this dude have so much clout minus all the money? Because Zhang, he looked like he got money too.
Because here's the thing, like when they were sitting at the table together and stuff, it seemed like Griffith was pretty much saying stuff, and then dude was just like right, Zhang, he's the dude, right? And then you're like, yeah, like he was talking like Griffith was pretty much talking down and like, and he was like, yeah, that's him.
He told him, I don't trust somebody within your ranks. I'm gonna kill him and you ain't gonna do shit. And Zhang was like, today is just Tuesday for me. I'm like, oh, bro. I would have been like, who the fuck are you talking to, bro? Like, we're equal partners in this shit.
Yep.
If anybody's gonna be Shao Kahn, it's me, motherfucker. Like you said, Ricky, cowboy boots, really? Without the veil of darkness, is trash. You know what I'm saying?
But in the dark, he is a force to be reckoned with. He would have turned off the light, engaged in the goddamn business.
Here's my thing, like, all right, I understand that you want to try to do different villains and stuff, but do you is there like an interview when you do these, like, you're like, let me get the muscle.
You have to have a gimmick. You have to have a gimmick.
Like,
hey, what do you do? I wear spurs and I fight in the cover of night. And like, show me, please show me. And he like turns on the lights.
And Griffith is easily impressed because ultimately he's just a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
True.
He's like, what do you do? She's like, I'm a woman with these. He's like, oh. She like,
hey guys,
what else you do? She's like, I got a
500 pounds. Turn off the. Yeah.
I'm like, you should have had a bigger knife, lady.
She got stabbed with her own knife. Maybe she shouldn't have brought it to a knife fight. All right.
She's like, and Van Damme was like, look over there, strong bitch. And she said, ow. He was like, that was a pretty bad death. And she was like, ah. It didn't slow anything down. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. This one is all over the place, but so what? It's fun.
We'll circle back to a review on the end of the story.
Okay.
Like once we're done all giving our each individual things.
Where are we now in the story?
In the story, I feel like we're about the time where they beat up Chad, who was pretending to be Alex. They bring him back, and by the luck of I feel like by the grace of God, he's not dead. So they bring him back like, hey, what did he say?
Why wouldn't they kill him? Why wouldn't they kill him?
Oh, actually,
because they need the cognac.
I'll quickly jump to events.
You're right. That's the only reason. That's stupid.
I'll quickly jump to events because that was right before they found out when the drug deal was happening on the bay. That's when they go and do the action scene, and he's going around with guns, shooting 50 rounds.
Everybody gonna die.
Everybody gonna die. I'm like, first of all, he wasn't even spinning that fast. It was a slow spin while he shot a gun, and it was dead aim. He was like Bullseye from that bad Daredevil movie.
He was like that. He was like that guy in Dead Rising, the guy with the dog. Remember that fake ass Max Payne game, but the guy had a dog who was
Dead to Rights.
You're right. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That dog was loyal as hell because once them bullets start flying, my cocker spaniel when I was 12 would have left.
So all right, so they blow up the drug. They move past. Now that Zhang notices there's two of them. Oh no, he doesn't know. I'm sorry. He doesn't know there's two until the nightclub.
My God! Please, can I mention the nightclub scene where that one guy action dove and got WWE'd by Alex? That was great. That was so cheesy, but I fucking loved it.
Wait. Where he jumped in the air and got dirt slammed?
I don't know why Spider-Man in Asia has been waiting for his one moment in the sun. But man, he jumped at the wrong twin because he was like, ah! And Alex said, "You're already airborne."
It's like your training camp.
Throw you into a bar as a henchman, and that is the end of your henchman career. Maybe you should have been working at Caldor. You know what I mean? Where the rides is free on a little merry-go-round. I miss that place.
I totally miss that place too. Oh wait, one right. Let me get you before Ricardo. The one scene I thought was really weird was when Alex takes the drink, smashes the glass.
Yes.
For no reason. Then grabs two bottles and starts
bottles.
What you know what's bad? I'm not even trying to be funny. What were you gonna say, Rick? I don't cut you off.
No, I was just saying he took two glasses. You took two. I feel like one bottle could have done the job. He took it. Smashed dude once, and then hit the one dude, and that's it. I'm like, you could have done more damage with those.
He could have. I'm not even trying to be funny. In hindsight, I feel like that was a prelude to them showing us how much of an alcoholic he was. At the time.
With the glass drinking and smashing? That's smart, yeah.
I didn't even realize that at the time.
He just didn't want to waste the liquor.
Dude, he fucking drank and thought his brother was fucking his girlfriend when all of a sudden a syndicate wants to kill y'all both. You picked the worst time to be jealous.
Well, wait.
The man sells cognac.
Let me just paint you a picture.
Alcohol.
Wait, let me just paint you a picture. Minus the alcohol, right? You're Alex. Your girlfriend touches your brother's dick. Number one. Your girlfriend then says, "Hey, give Alex or give Chad a kiss for me." 2, 3. You drink like a fucking maniac.
He got upset. Ricky, before he drank, he got that upset and then went on to drink.
Because he was already thinking about the first two things I mentioned. Then alcohol made it worse. And then he had the weird Chad sex dream in his head.
I'm mad he became the fucking Kool-Aid man of alcoholics. And imagine this 4-minute sex scene of his brother, who he met 2 days ago at most, plowing his girlfriend.
Girlfriend looked good.
But I have to
point out, if you stop slapping her, she won't fuck your brother.
That is true.
But I will say this proves how he's not an alcoholic because he missed a lot. Like he's like, alcoholics don't waste liquor like that.
When he
don't waste liquor like that.
He went upstairs and started pouring it into his face.
Yes, like no, alcoholics don't waste liquor like that.
That scene was drawn out way too long. Like we got it 40 seconds in. It went on for like 3 minutes and 20 seconds. I was like, man, 11-year-old Chris was probably having a field day watching this drunk. Imagine his girlfriend getting plowed. I probably was like, oh,
2 times.
No, the first time she just showed some boobies, which I was really appreciative. Remember she was in a boat. She was in a boat, and she's like, I need to take this shirt off.
I didn't appreciate that weird tension between her and Chad, because Chad clearly wasn't going to do nothing, but he was like,
wait. Clearly, Chad wasn't going to do anything.
No, what I mean is, it wasn't clear during the time, but it like when the scene ended and he didn't do any foul shit, it was like, why did they? You had a 4 minutes imagined sex scene. You don't have to imply that Chad might.
No. See, I think they might have, because like the scenes they show with Chad and whatever her name is, like separately, was like they both were thinking about it.
Which made no sense to me.
She was wet, took off the clothes, had the boobies out, and she was like, Chad's a guy who won't hit me, but he looks like the guy I want to bang. And then he was like, he got in his boat with an extra horny, you know?
And it was like, dude, you have traveled across. You went from California to Hong Kong, and now you cool with your brother. Only after knowing him for 10 seconds, and you're putting your life on the line because your parents were murdered. All this, but the thought of some pussy is like, I can't drive this boat. I'm like, really? Like that writing was just like, I was so sold on the concept of the twins, where it was like I'm ignoring a lot of dumb shit. But I ain't gonna front. I was at my wit's end when they kept showing him contemplate fucking his brother's girlfriend, and then at the end of the movie, I gotta tell you, right? At the end of the movie, he like, I didn't fuck your girl.
See that, it was so weird when at the end he was like, you can have her. She was already Alex's, bro.
Yes. All right, I will say this. I think if a lot of the scenes they showed about them, like the tension between them or them kind of wanting to be together, was seen by Alex, then I could see that. But if you really think about it, the only time Alex really saw them do anything was in the beginning when she misunderstood him for like him. So it's
That's
like,
true.
okay, if you were on the boat,
he's so jealous.
Yeah, like if he was on the boat and he saw her with the towel, and then he looked back like, what's he doing? And all that, I'd be like, okay, you haven't seen any of that.
Yeah. I'm like, again, like Ricky said, if you stop slapping her, maybe she won't contemplate cheating on you. I'm sure that would help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, so and he should stop being a douche.
He's a huge douche. So he shoots to the club scene. They leave some boxes of wine, or I'm sorry, cognac. It blows up. As it's blowing up, they both stop to show Zhang and Nigel. There's 2 of us.
There's 2 of them. For whatever reason, that is fucking with us, because we've never heard of the idea of identical twins. We're not.
They knew it from the beginning of the movie.
Oh no, they were just random babies. They didn't know that there was them.
You stop.
Now they're like, oh shit, Alex got a twin brother. But we will never ever be shown in the scene where we like, those are the twins whose parents we murdered. Second, Zhang, you murder people all the time because you're the head of a syndicate. Why do you keep a fucking cigar box of one of the victims you've murdered for 25 years, and then keep a lighter, and ultimately piss Chad off and have to fuck Chad up because he told you to go fuck yourself because you being so frivolous with a lighter, as father has made him lose his, like Ricky said, damn mind. It was like, I get it, Van Damme. You and the other person you wrote this movie with, y'all got high one night and y'all just made the whole shit that night. But you could have you could have checked it the next day. That shit was unnecessary. That cigar box shouldn't have set him off because he never remembered he was a fucking 6-month-old baby. He never remembered seeing that shit. He was only told by Uncle Frankie yesterday.
Wait, that's not true. He pieced together the box on his own because of the initials. That's
all.
He
pieced it together, but he never saw it. So the emotional,
how can you how can you have this feeling for something that you never knew until like
that's my
like
dad,
a day before? You're like, hold up, what?
I got something for your ass.
I'm like, what's your name again? Like,
and your henchman beat the hell out of me. That's showing you.
Beat him like a drum. But all right, so we go from the club to now. I think they go back to wait. Hold on. Now I'm confused. Okay, after the club, now they go separate ways. The girl's still going to her job and trying to find out reasons why Nigel Griffiths is dirty, and they go back to the abandoned hotel. That's when they find out that the chick is going to get killed, right? Like I forget what happens. She
gets caught snooping by China, and China's like, "Girl, come on, let's scissor." And she like, "Damn, no means no, even for other women." And she like, "Hey, boss, this girl's trying to incriminate you." And for whatever reason, they put a tracking device on her that can listen to audio from wherever the fuck she goes, wherever. And
so now they know. Now they know where Alex lives, so they're gonna kill her. So she hits up Alex like, "Yo, Alex, I need your help." He's too busy.
Alex is in the jungle with
He's too busy hunting. Yeah, he's busy hunting. So Chad's like, "You know what? I'll hop on this boat and go scoop you up."
Real quick, like you said, Ricky, he's a fish in the bucket boating. When he get on the boat, it don't matter where you at.
Like if you
learn how to
listen, if you call Chad and you don't got a ride from work, he will in 10 minutes come pick you up, bring you home.
On a boat.
Don't know where he got his boat license, no nothing, no training, no nothing. He
got West Straight, he still got you.
He got this. If she landed that, like if that muscle chick landed the helicopter, he'd be on there real quick, just flying like a pro. How the heck he picking this stuff up so quick?
I'll say his boating skills probably beat out her chopper skills.
Yeah, she wasn't driving the chopper. She was just looking out.
No, she was just watching.
Yeah, she was just doing the binocular thing. Someone else was driving the chopper. That guy deserved credit because he was whipping.
Yes. Chopper style.
Chopper. So, all right. So they go to kill her. Spur dude killed the main dude from the restaurant, which I don't appreciate because he was cool.
He was cool as hell. Yeah. He had like this weird accent. I'm like, why are these weird ass people in Hong Kong without accents that fit where they at? He like, I don't know what y'all talking about. And Spurbles is like, motherfucker, even though the lights ain't dim, I'm gonna kill you. Spins around, and I never knew cowboy boot spurs were really this sharp. I thought it was for show. I was wrong. In 1991, them bitches would kill you, and he killed him.
He murdered him for like no good reason.
No good reason at all.
I like this.
Muscle chick spared him. She has muscles and a gun. Didn't shoot him, and she let my man have his moment. He was like, "Oh, you don't shoot him?"
That's the only way he'll be remembered. Ain't nobody gonna be like, you're like, damn, what happened to him?
You know how you remember him.
No, because people still might be like, he slipped, hit his neck, he cut it, remember? No, all the glass, he cut his neck. It happens. First dude's like, come on, man, the lights was on this time.
Chris, I will hit you up with this mental note. When him and the girl were running through the little boat sequence, I thought about Bloodsport. When he was running away from the FBI or CIA agents and they fell into the water, like, did he have a deal to film in the same locations?
Dude, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot to mention. I wrote this down. Van Damme really loves diving.
Yeah.
And he always makes sure to go, "Oh no, I'm panicking."
No. But the thing is, he always like puts his hands together, always at the very end.
He's like,
boom, right there,
like,
then.
I think Greg Davis was like, I think he's trying to tell me something here. Like, yeah, I mean, like you admire my work or something. Like, yeah.
Like back in school, he was like pro in like swimming, like I don't know.
I think I won't put it past him. I won't put it past him to be a pro swimmer. But all right, so they go through. The bad guys meet them at Alex's place. Chad shows up just in time on that boat, whipping at 9-9. He picks up the girl who, for some reason, I can never remember her name. They run away.
Alana.
Thank you.
Alana Shaw. Alana Shaw is the actress. I forget her name.
Okay. So he picks her up. They run away. What happened?
Danielle?
Maybe. I literally don't.
Right.
Yeah, why not, right? He picks her up in the boat. They get away. But meanwhile, China has hopped on a helicopter. And she's following them. And she's like, and for some reason, out of all the barges that look exactly the same, she can recognize that one barge as that's Van Damme's barge. That's Chad's barge. And she goes, you know what? let me not chase him. Let me go ahead because I can know exactly where he's headed to this abandoned hotel on this island. So I know he's gonna be there. Bam! I see Frank in the front doing
from
something
a helicopter
with binoculars. Really good at binoculars.
Did she ever meet Frank before that?
No.
You shouldn't know who Frank is. At that point, she shouldn't know who Frank is.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just say she does. So then she goes, let's circle back. We already got enough intel. I know what to do now. So then the whole drunken fight happens. Alex is mad with Chad because he's been thinking about Chad boning his. How would you think about your brother boning your sister for so long? Oh, no, sister, I'm sorry, girlfriend.
Not only that, but it's during a moment where you'll have like a syndicate coming against you. Like, that's like me thinking like, damn, why would my brother smash my chick? And I know that I'm on the run from the cops. Like, he shouldn't have enough time to think of something trivial when he knows he has impending doom. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, man, because the stuff's that good.
Yeah, well, first of all, when she took off clothes, I realized why he was so jealous when she took off the clothes. I'm like, oh. Okay.
I'll see this, Ricky. When you told me about it ahead of time, when you said, hey, sure, the love interest in this movie has great time. Okay, cool. But you're right. Like, I didn't doubt you, of course. But seeing them,
I was thinking they were fake.
These are perfect 1991 titties. Perfect. They weren't huge, but they are bigger than you would expect for her build.
Yeah.
And they move nice. Again, for any girl on my Facebook friends, or any girl on y'all Facebook friends, and I'm gonna tell y'all know how I get down. We're judging this from a gratuitous nudity is important to talk about in 80s and 90s movies. So we're not objectifying women all across the board. But for the sake of this movie, these titties are super prevalent.
Also disclaimer, I love all kinds of shapes and sizes of titties.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. But y'all know how movies was in the 80s and 90s, especially it was an action movie. Because in
Time Cop, he had mommy from Ferris Bueller showing titties. I was surprised. Yep. She usually showed titties.
I know Matthew Broderick was mad as hell. He was like, why couldn't that happen in my movie? They was like, bro, come on, that's a different kind of movie. You're right. Yes. The gratuitous nudity, if you looking at it from adult eyes, I'll say this. If you never saw it as a kid, you wish you saw it as a kid. Because when we was kids, we didn't have cell phones and could look up whatever. You had to get in where you fit in. And this fit in great.
Man, I would rewind that many a time.
I should have, right? I should have. You're right. Yeah.
I kind of think I did. I'm pretty sure I did.
Listen, I was blown away. She was pretty much background noise to me.
I was blown away.
Yeah. I was background noise. She had like a few scenes that were important, but she was like the person who like didn't want to believe Nigel Griffith was like evil. So I'm like, okay, girl, we all know you wrong because all the pieces have already fell into place. So then she was like, wet on the boat. I was like, oh, okay, more than just background noise. You're pretty.
I ain't gonna front. It made sense, but it was like that was a little bit heavy-handed because she was wet and she was staying around him before she got clothed. It was like whatever.
All right, so back to what Ricardo was saying. It's weird that she went up there on the boat. Like, she didn't have any clothes on. She wrapped a towel around herself. Yeah. She was like way too close to him.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, you could tell they both wanted it because when she goes downstairs or where the heck she is on the boat,
they're both thinking about
it. She's not getting dressed. She's just focused like, I wish you would come down here.
And he's like, I wish you would come up here,
Right?
It's weird. It's almost like in real life, and I know this isn't real life, but in real life, if you were dating a girl and you love the hell out of her, but she could be very rude and disrespectful sometimes, and you meet her very sweetheart sister who looks just like her, you would think like, okay, I get it. You might think it, but you're not going to be so on the verge of cheating because she's just like your girlfriend looks, bro. Just relax. Go jerk off. She was always on the edge of like, fuck Alex. I should fuck Chad. And you like, you kind of make it like Alex was almost right, not for slapping her, but for thinking she might be fucking my brother. I just felt like it was out of place because there's clearly heavier things going on at the time. That's all.
See, here's the thing. We're being, I kind of feel like at this point, we're kind of being too one-sided because we've built enough evidence to show that she would do some on Alex. I think it's because Alex put the pause on her.
That's what I mean.
Keeps her alive.
Yes.
he did put balls on her.
And they never show him saying, I'm sorry for that. No, he like, and then later on, he like, hey, girl, you know, I love you, so it's all good, right? And you like, Jesus, this was 1991. Jesus. That's probably why Lifetime got that push to be a whole network. Like, y'all know what Lifetime used to be.
I don't care whether it's 1991 or not. Like, him smacking her up something fierce, not okay.
It's not.
It's not okay. But I feel like, just like, it's not because the brother did. I feel like she might have done this before. She ain't seem like she was like, oh,
Don't let him game you, Rick. What you're doing now is buying into the evil rhetoric.
Just like Alex. Like, I don't think she's doing it all around town.
I get what you're saying, but we don't know.
We don't know. But all we know is for sure is that he's fucking her boyfriend's identical twin who doesn't slap her. That's alluring to a woman. You want to get boned without being hit. Can we blame her? Can we blame her?
Yes, because she could just leave.
You wonder why they had to share the same love interest in the movie? Like, I felt like that was just a weak point of the movie. Like,
it was very weak.
Why make that a point of contention at all?
Because when your action scenes equate to your intricate writing is probably going to not be that great either. But I feel like with such weak writing, and I'm not caping, I genuinely feel this way. That actress did a great job considering the little bit she was given for this fucking movie.
No, she's a decent actress. Like, I don't think her part was bad. Like, I don't think she acted bad in her part. Everybody's a victim of this movie, except for Van Damme.
Perfect, yeah.
Except for Van Damme.
Yeah, you probably even brought Uncle Frankie.
Yeah, I like Uncle Frank.
Yeah.
First of all, okay, I know we fast forwarding, but why did they leave Uncle Frankie handcuffed, and how the heck he get out? Because I don't remember them taking him down.
You know how he got out? He was like, bad writing be damned. Y'all not going to go out chasing these bad guys, and you took the girl to make sure she was safe, even though you put her in harm's way.
Didn't Alex tell Chad to, like, look out after Frankie and the girlfriend?
Yeah, I'm going after
him. He was like, nope,
I'm
going to fix out on my own.
And he was like, I'm going to grab your girlfriend who you thought I was trying to fuck this whole movie and leave my own uncle.
I still think I think Chad made the decision not to fuck Alex's girlfriend at the very end. Like him giving her to Alex was like, I finally decided I'm gonna stop trying to fuck your girlfriend.
Oh no, it happened. We just ain't see it.
That's hilarious and could probably be true.
Yep. He crushed dude with that thing, and then while she was in that spot, she's like, you saved me. He's like, oh no, I'm about to save you.
I'm thinking the Alex like imaginary scene, which is her actually getting boned by Chad, and he wasn't dreaming it. He was just like walking around being jealous.
Yep. That's like when he was done, he gave her back. He was like, here.
He's like, I've already got what I want from her.
I'm a minute man, so it's all good. I feel like Ricky, you're doing a great job anchoring this.
All right, I'm gonna finish up the. I'm just gonna go through the movie real quick. If anyone has anything to say, you just jump in at any time. But I just want to finish this because we've done a good job of getting to this point and talk about this movie. I appreciate. We're at the fact that they found the abandoned hotel, and now all the triad is going there. Mind you, it's only triad members who are going there. It's not Nigel Griffith people because he's got new people. He's got two people.
He got two lieutenants who ain't worth a damn.
Listen, they prove it. Except for in the dark, then he's worth a lot.
Yep. Muscle pretty outweighs him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there. So the two brothers wake up and decide our fighting has put us in a situation, and we gotta save Frankie and girlfriend. Sorry, I don't remember her name.
Danielle.
Thank you, Danielle. So then they both decide we're gonna get our shit together. They clear out the 4 people they left at the island because you need a whole 4 people to take over a whole island. It was just 4 people they killed. Just 4 people. That's it.
Yeah.
It wasn't that many. I thought it was gonna be a lot, but they only fought 4 people. They killed the 2 dudes in the jungle.
The one lazy dude.
Then Alex killed the 1 dude by the hotel, and then
he threw the rock.
Interrogating the guy, or other way around.
Yeah.
He says, "I don't know if he."
No, Chad was interrogating him. You're right.
Chad was waiting. Chad was waiting on Alex, and then Alex says, "He'll talk. Trust me." And off camera, he rapes him, and he tells him everything they need to know.
He's like, wah, wah.
Or he keeps beating her like he's Danielle, and that doesn't.
If he hit her like he hit a woman, that guy talked.
Yeah. Why
did you just shoot me? Oh my God.
I'm sorry for whatever I've done.
I'll never cheat on you again. All right.
So they decide they're gonna work together. They now are going to the boat that they mentioned earlier in the movie that the two guys bought together. It was very important that you know they bought that boat. So they go to the boat. They now pretend to be like, oh, he's my prisoner. I'm the guard. They kill those two guys like Chris says. Now they're just wanting killers. They just go around murdering everybody. And then as they beat up like regular guys, they now are starting to face like the main henchmen. In any 80s and 90s action movie, there's always the main henchman.
Yeah.
You got Bolo Young.
Wait. They don't face them yet because first they're all. I don't know if they're all together or not, but I know they're at the point where at least some of them are shooting or holding a gun to Frank, and then they fire a shot.
They do the fake fight. They do the fake firing shot, and you think Frank's dead.
That was after Bolo got dismissed, though.
It is after Bolo.
Oh, was it?
No. But Ricardo's right in that they show them being tortured though with steam.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Frank should not have lived through that. I'm glad he did, but dog, I get burned at my job every now and then by something a lot less terrible than steam on my whole body. It sucks. It fucking hurts.
But are you a man like Frank? No, you're not. Okay.
Yeah, so right. I wasn't in.
That guy was like he was like an old school 007.
Yeah.
Slash Daddy of the Year. Okay, because he raised a kid for 20 years.
It wasn't even as red.
He should have been fucking dead.
It was a lot of screaming, but not a lot of red. You're right. Like
he should have looked like a lobster.
All right. So then they torture him, and they're like, no one's gonna torture my uncle slash dad. No one's gonna torture my friend, my brother's girlfriend slash the chick I want to fuck. So they go in and start fighting. Then they break off. Hey, listen, we gotta go our separate ways because of special effects prices. We can't be together for too long. So let's go one way. Chad faces off against Bolo. Wait, hold on. Chad Bolo Young? Chad Bolo Young.
Chad Bolo.
He's like, you wouldn't.
That guy's ass whooped, so he needs his redemption.
So insert Bloodsport 2. They both decided to kind of take off. Oh,
God, you're right. When he does those kicks in succession, Ricky, no one should have that dexterity.
No.
He stayed on one foot. Like
Bloodsport, the sequel, as they rip off their shirts and they're shirtless. Yeah. And for some reason, though, the one problem I had with the fight, why did Bolo keep picking up a barrel?
Barrel.
We get it. Yeah. You're strong. But when he fucking, and for the record, y'all, I'm sure y'all know this. It's not like I'm an expert in it, but I deal with barrels every now and then at my job. If you fucking kick one of those, you won't walk away with a limp. Your leg breaks. I mean that shit. I don't mean a little bit.
Sorry to interject. Do you kick like Van Damme? All right, then sit the fuck down.
I can see.
All right, so they fight. Bloodsport 2, insert barrel. It's actually called Bloodsport 2, insert barrel. That's the subtitle. So it's barrels versus Barrel and Bolo Young versus Chad. And Chad wins. He beats the barrels. He beats Bolo Young. He kicks him into a circuit.
Electrical circuit. Yeah.
Now Bolo Young is dead. He's just dead. I'm pretty sure
he's so powerful. He transmits electricity to the barrels.
No. Listen. Bolo Young turned on the lights, and that is how Alex.
You light a candle, bitch.
So mind you, at the same time, Alex is fighting Mr. Shadow. Mr. Shadow's first.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Bolo Young dying, the dude wouldn't have had the advantage against Alex. Fuck.
You're right.
That's the big sacrifice. Because he was the best henchman this movie had to offer for Hooker Boots. Fuck Hooker Boots. Hooker Boots is here. And the other henchmen, three henchmen are right here.
And I'm glad y'all thought about it because the people who wrote the script did not think about that.
Did not. I just made that up right now and I feel really good about it. So then Alex is fighting Shadow Spurs.
Hooker
He's getting his ass beat by Hooker Boots.
I like that. Shadow Spurs.
All these cuts from these Hooker Boots. But then he goes, I'm tired of getting scratched up. The one thing you have against me is Shadow. Punch wall, insert light. Hooker Boots is surprised. He's never seen light before in his life, even though he killed that guy at the bar during the daytime.
But he had help.
That was so terrible, yo.
Muscle Chick had his back, and she had a gun.
She was not there, so then Alex decides, I've had enough of your bullshit. I'm going to kill you now with fist to the face.
He beat the fuck out of this guy with his hands. At least Tom had to get stabbed to die, you know.
So, like, so then a lot.
So then that's done.
A lot of punches.
They finally get to Frank and I forgot her name again. Danielle. Thank you. She's fine. Mm-hmm. So then Alex goes after the bad guys. He goes, Chad, go save Uncle Frank and my girlfriend.
Chad says, I actually gave your girlfriend who I've been thinking about fucking this whole movie.
Chad kills China first, though, right? Like Chad.
No,
wait, Alex.
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex goes down there first, fights China, and he kills her with her own knife.
Oh, he goes down there.
To fist fights. Stop bringing knives to fist fights, please.
Yep. First of all, what did you think she was going to do by wrapping her legs around his neck?
Oh, yeah, but he's used to that, though.
You know what? She thought she was going to give him the Chad treatment. She said, if the pussy twin can do it, I can kill someone too. And he said, no, bitch, I'm one of the twins. I slap women. You're losing.
He was like, I haven't seen Goldeneye yet. This is not going to work.
You're not Natalia Siminoff. You're right.
So he shoots her off, smacks her something fierce because she's a woman. He doesn't take that from her. He doesn't take it from her. And then he kills this woman because he's not above killing women. He's not.
Yeah,
he is not. So then after he kills a woman, which he has no problem with, he's like, let me go after the bad guys. You free Uncle Frank and Danielle.
Yeah,
after that, Chad decides, I'm only going to free Danielle, not the person who raised me, my surrogate father.
Yes.
That's what he get for saying, I'm not your uncle. He said, I'll remember that when I'm trying to fuck my brother over.
Yep.
So then Chad goes after Nigel Griffith.
Yes. And Alex goes after Zing, which he feels the need to say 18 times.
Because listen, he's trying to get his attention. Please stop running. I'm tired of running. After a climactic battle with Zhang's thrown off a crane from very high up. Does not survive the fall. Dead.
His death was a little bit better than Griffith.
Oh, okay. So then Chad gets to Nigel Griffith, does the okey doke. Hey, I'm in the water. No, I'm not. I'm actually in the operating thing.
No sense. He dives in water.
Went all the way around, came back, got in the seat, and then dropped a bomb on him in the side of the crate. He
dropped a bomb on him.
Baby.
So then he's crushed to death. That Englishman is dead.
Yep.
And then at the end, he's like, you can have your girlfriend back. I decided not to fuck her. And then goes like this. That's the end of the movie.
Did he? No, he did.
No, he told Alex he did. But we all know he might have jerked off to her.
Yeah.
This is the one thing that I'm most embarrassed about liking in this entire movie. Y'all probably forgot how terrible this was, because after the movie, y'all probably didn't enjoy it like I did. There was a song at the end of the movie.
The movie was that song was so 80s, it was ridiculous. But can we talk about one thing before? I'm gonna go all the way back. Why did the same song with the same lyrics keep playing in the bar over and over again? It was the same one line the entire time to this 80s-esque song. Did you notice that?
No.
No.
If you ever go back, it's the same line of the song each time because they're cutting back and forth between the meeting and them hanging out in the ballroom area.
That was probably a way of keeping the cost of the movie low. They was like, we cannot play anymore.
The song at the very end is pure fucking 80s.
Yeah, it was trash. And again, not to be overtly black, but you could tell they enlisted some white guy who listened to rap maybe, but I don't mean like was a diehard fan like the Beastie Boys, like who was in rap. I mean like this dude every now and then heard a rap song, was like, I'm gonna pick up this hobby. It was terrible.
Be right back.
I was like, I like this shitty ass song that came out in 1991. I think I ran Ricky out of the room with my preference for this song.
He about to break the seal. Hard as it.
Oh,
and he gonna keep going back and back and back. And when you think he's done,
I'll say this, man.
Doubling back.
I knew watching this movie. My final thoughts on the movie. I knew when I finished, I was like, Team Rick isn't gonna care for this movie.
No.
I hear you, but I feel like y'all not going. This definitely isn't going to be anywhere near the top. But I was happy because I didn't feel like Ricky felt when he watched Bloodsport. I wasn't so traumatized by how shitty the movie was. I was like, this movie is full of cliches from the early 90s. But I remember why I liked it, and it lived up to it. It was like Van Damme, twins, they're polar opposites, but they cool at the end. I'm okay with this. I just really was bothered by that drunk scene where he imagines his brother fucking his girlfriend, and the ending where he literally gives his brother the okay sign. I don't know how they thought that was a good ending to a movie.
Oh, what, like this?
Yeah, it was. That was like, you could end it with checking on. They should have checked on Frank and like, Frank.
No. Frank comes back, gives him a look. Because remember, he's in the background. He looks at Chad.
Oh yeah. After finding his way out by himself, because nobody helped him. Nobody. He done raised that dude.
They never explained.
25 years.
Yeah, but like I told y'all, Frank said, "Uncle Frankie, I'm not your uncle." He signed, sealed, and delivered.
By the way, I was gonna tell you, why did he even bring that up at the beginning? Like, there's no reason to tell Chad, "Hey, I'm not your dad." Like, why do that?
It was shit writing. He's like, "I'm gonna break some truth to you in a weird, fucked up way, and then I'm gonna tell you have a brother, but not until we get there." I'm no expert, but I traveled to California by plane one time, y'all, and it took me at least 7 hours because I had to get another flight.
It's like 20 hours.
At least, right? So you mean tell me that whole time he like, I'm not gonna tell you till we get there? No, I don't care how long I've known you. Let's say other than my parents, because Uncle Frankie was his uncle. If my sister told me, Chris, some shit came up, let's go somewhere. And I say no. And she say, you don't trust me? I trust you, but tell me where the fuck we going. I'm not going somewhere across the. That's a whole nother country.
Yes.
And you're telling me they never really told why he didn't tell his brother or his nephew why he wouldn't tell him he had a brother before taking him to see him. I don't think he'd be like, I'm not gonna go if you don't tell me. I'm not gonna go if you tell me.
Like you said, shit writing is we're supposed to assume A to B even though we're not told.
Yeah. So
now we'll get to this. We finished the plot story.
Yes.
Most of our gripes, but now we're gonna score it. And here's how we're gonna score it.
Oh, please do.
Like,
no, hold on.
Wait.
Chris just did his final thought.
I did.
Oh, Chris, no, yes, he did.
Yeah. So are we all gonna do final thoughts and then?
Okay. Final thoughts on the movie. I liked it only because I like Van Damme action movies, just in general. Like I could have watched this movie and not be mad I had to watch it. But man, as a person who likes movies and can, as an adult, objectively value a movie, this movie is shit. like it is just, the action is like not that great because like there's too much gunplay. Give me more martial arts and less like gunplay. Gunplay is the weakest thing, and that's the one thing you kind of magnified in this movie. Don't.
Yeah.
He thought that would be his distinguishing feature of this movie. I'm not saying it's good.
No, but it's not good. And then you have a half-baked love interest, like a love triangle, half-baked. Don't do it. You have half-baked villains and then a half-baked motivation to why the two brothers are even like connected. They're like two strangers who come together for a very razor-thin reason. And then the rest of the movie is just regular action fare. If you've seen a Van Damme movie, you've seen this movie.
Yeah.
There's nothing new or original to this movie, but like for some reason I still find myself liking it, but it's not a good movie. And I'll give you that. I'll give you my score when we're ready.
I love that.
I think mine kind of connects you both because I'm not gonna feel like I remember seeing this movie, but I don't remember anything about it. I remember enjoying it, but I don't remember anything about it. Watching it
You
now,
enjoy it now.
I don't know why I enjoyed it.
like for some reason, it just had something where you're like, I'll keep watching this.
Yes. So, like, I don't regret watching it. Do I wish I still held on to the memory that I don't remember back then? Yes.
Yes, you do.
Because ignorance is bliss.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Cypher.
So now I feel like that memory of it is forever gone.
That's what I was
Like,
afraid of. I won't lie to you, Rick. I was afraid of that.
Yes.
So replaced with it is the now you watching it.
For me, no. For me, no. For me, I'm like, hey, no shit. But I know why I liked it so much as a child.
But all right, Rick, give us the final thing.
All right. So that's why I'm like between Chris and you. With you, it's a terrible movie.
It is.
But it's Van Damme. It's Van Damme. Like,
Dude,
I got my Van Damme on.
Movies,
I don't like the guns. I don't like the guns. From the beginning, when you saw all the gunplay, I was already like, I don't like that. And then they continued to do more of it. Like when they had the whole triad thing, you know, the first time Chad met with triads and then they beat him up, I'm like, okay, good. That was all the gun we're going to get. Then we got more guns. I was like,
It's too much guns.
Too much guns. So it kind of messed up my memory from back then, and too much guns. And so, it's just
we'll do score and we'll do score.
Numbers. I'm so looking forward to this. I can't express how much I'm looking forward to hearing numbers from y'all.
All right.
All right, so go ahead, Chris.
I can only do it after y'all do it.
Okay, all right. Oh no, I thought you were gonna give like final impression, like at least
my final impressions. I thought I did, but I didn't want to hog up the mic.
Oh, he did, but you were in the whistle.
Okay, it's simple. I enjoyed this movie all over again, y'all, knowing how much stupid shit was in it, because I'm still so like the gimmick of Van Damme twins being in the movie and that being the main draw. It would have been good if they didn't go too extreme with it. There is no way the brothers should have been so different, but decided to go on essentially a suicide mission against a fucking syndicate within minutes of knowing each other. They have a scene where they want to drive them apart. It goes on for way too long.
I like it.
It's unjustified. You know what I'm saying? Like Team Rick said, I actually understand why, I think at least, they threw so much gunplay in it. It was to make this a distinct Van Damme movie. The gunplay would have been cool if it wasn't so farcical, if that's even a word.
It is. It's a very good word.
There are scenes in this movie where they're this good with guns and the bad guys are this good with guns. And their guns can do magic. Like, they show a person reload in this movie, and they shouldn't have, because it only points out how
the lack of reloading from the other scenes.
Yes. He has two guns. Now, by no means am I a gun expert, but I can count. Van Damme shoots and shoots and shoots with two handguns. And then, like Ricky said, and Ricardo, he rolls in the most non-efficient way, shooting continuously after having shot continuously, standing up. And I think when you yell, it conjures up extra ammo within the magazine of the gun. Because he did that.
What it is.
Yeah, he was like,
on that, he spins so inefficiently that it makes it efficient because nobody expected it.
They were like, what is he doing?
I thought he was going to spin better.
Yes. So my final thoughts on the movie are, again, if you don't buy into the concept wholeheartedly like I do, that this is a movie about Van Damme being twins and them being polar opposites and having, in my opinion, a good intro to the movie, you can skip this movie. But if you're like, I kind of want to check out Double Impact because let me see how cool it is to see Van Damme act, I will not oversell his acting. But if you've seen it thus far and you've been convinced by it, check it out. And those are the only reasons you should check this movie out.
All right, now scores, I'm going to give it a 4. I already knew it. In my mind, after watching it, this is a 4. And that's a 4 on the Van Damme scale. That's not a 4 on a regular scale. That's a 4 on the Van Damme. It is less than average Van Damme.
He said 4 on the Van Damme scale.
So like
that is low.
I enjoyed this movie a little bit less than an average Van Damme movie. Like to me, an average Van Damme movie is I can't pinpoint it quite yet, but like something like Bloodsport, but like less Bolo Young. So imagine a Bloodsport without Bolo Young, but I enjoyed this a little bit less than that.
All right, Chris,
So
you go.
I gotta go last, yo. I can only go after you and Rick do it.
All right, damn it. All right.
You feel no pressure from me at all.
Think about your previous scores. I think my score has been too high. I think I gave like Time Cop like an 8 or whatever.
Nah, you gave Time Cop
Okay, I gave Time Cop a 7. I gave Bloodsport a 6 or an 8. I forget which one I had score like that. But I know full well this is leagues below those two movies.
Here's the thing. Like I remember giving, I believe
you gave it a 7.5. I remember that because after your 7.5,
yeah, Time Cop, yeah. But Cyborg, I believe I gave Cyborg a 6.
Yeah, I was like,
yes. Here's the thing though, it's kind of like if I could rate Cyborg now, I think I would give it a 4.5, 5, because now we've watched more of his movies. Because I feel like this is a 6.5 or 6 actually. I would give this a 6.
So high.
No, mainly because I'll say this: it's not out of a lot of the movies. I wouldn't say I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed it because the concept is, you got two Van Dams, Bam Bam,
Bam.
Whether it was done correctly or the way it is, comparing it to it now, I could see that. But still, the thought behind it and stuff and making it work at that time, I give it props because honestly, they don't have as much to work with. And in terms of Van Damme movie, I give it points because of like it's. I mean, yeah, there's other movies and stuff that kind of similar concepts, but it's still him venturing out of like he's playing two different roles, and they try their hardest to make him seem very different.
Yes, they do their best. They do their best. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have to give him points for that. The only gripe that I really felt like would have made this movie so much better is get rid of the gun.
Yeah, a lot more martial. Dude, if you replace martial arts with gunplay, I think I'm like over the moon about this movie.
Yes.
Because like I just love some great martial arts from Van Damme, high kicking, flipping, and doing all the crazy woo-ha's, whatever. But that gunplay is a stickler because it is not good.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like the two use is already out of the realm of like reality or like out of your norm.
Mm-hmm.
So do another movie with guns. Leave this with just two brothers just kicking butt.
So
I don't know where both of y'all learned it from, but
why do you need to act like y'all fake ass Rambos? That's
exactly. Like you can't do Rambo, don't do Rambo.
Okay.
Yes.
What would you give it though? I'm sorry if you already said
6.5, right?
No, I downed it to a 6.
Okay.
A 6.25.
Cool. All right, I'm with that, yo. I love the way y'all did this, and I don't feel stupid for this because I need y'all's to go off of. I would give it a 6.75, and knowing that I'm the most biased out of all three of us, to me the gunplay was terrible, won't lie, but I was more upset by the over-the-topness of the woman beater twin and the stupid parts of smart characters. Frank was a person with morals, so much morals that he no longer worked for this person who was murdered and his wife, but he thought, damn, these twins won't have nobody. And I was being paid to protect them. I am going to raise one. And then once I get wind that one is still alive, I'm going to say, fuck that. Y'all are entitled to so much more. But for whatever reason, I go about it in a stupid way. That's dumb. You can respect a man with principles that strong in which he doesn't abandon someone because he's no longer being paid. Now he has to raise this person as if he was his own. He even said it. I really respected his character. I liked him, but they made him stupid for no reason. The female in the movie, the female lead, not the female henchman. They give her enough to work with. Yes, Danielle. They give her enough to work with, but she's downplayed by, and again, I'm not trying to act like I'm a fucking, what do they call them? The fucking, where people are too moral. I'm not trying to be one of the social warrior, justice warrior. I mean this. When he smacked the shit out of that girl, it was like, Jesus Christ. Really? That's what she gets relegated to after being a smart character? You just slap the shit out of her because...
First of all, she put her life on the line to help them out.
Twice. You know what I mean? I'm not looking through no filing cabinets for my girlfriend and her newly found twin because they want to go against a syndicate. No, bitch. I only get paid to do my job. You and your sister can do all this life-threatening shit. She put her life on the line, like you said, Ricky. To me, I was more bothered by how this movie could have been less stupid than the gunplay. And the gunplay was, like we all agree on, very fucking stupid. You're going to get worse than A-Team gunplay in this movie. Not exaggerating. It was very stupid. So that's why I would give it a 7.6. I'm sorry, not 7. A 6.75. A 6.75 because I cannot put this up there with the 8 that I gave Time Cop. Even considering this is a Van Damme movie, I know that in my soul I enjoy that twin concept way too much. Someone else might not. They might be like, that's not enough for me. And if that's not enough for you, you won't want to watch the movie. You'll watch it and stop it and go do something else. You'll fucking play Etch-a-Sketch before you finish this movie.
That's hilarious because those are boring shit.
They are.
All right, now next movie up, and I'm excited as shit, is Universal Soldier.
I love y'all, man.
For this movie. I'm telling you right now, it's my prediction for number 1.
All right. If you could score right now, everybody, for Universal Soldier, what do you think your score will be?
I gotta be last. I'm sorry, but I gotta be last.
I'm first. I'm giving it an 8.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm going 8 right now.
I know why you are because it not only has fucking Van Damme. I think I know why you are, but it also has another 80s powerhouse, Dolph Lundgren.
I feel like they're gonna hone in on what I like about Van Damme enough. It's gonna be a lot of high kicking. Hopefully not as much gunplay as this movie, but like I'm hoping not that much. I know the Universal Soldier, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot more martial arts than I'm hoping for more than there is.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 because from what I remember, I think there's not as much fighting as you would hope.
Oh man, I'm hoping, man. Well, maybe that fighting hits right though. Maybe it's a little bit of fighting, but it all hits just right.
No, from what I remember, I think they make it work with the fact that he is what he is. He's built for that.
They're like androids or cyborgs or something.
They're cyborgs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of like he's programmed to know both.
Okay.
I'm going to predict because I do remember the beginning of the movie. I saw the movie, but again, it was a long ass time ago. Mm-hmm. But I remember watching some of the movie when I was probably like 16 or 17, bored one night, and I stopped. I'm going to side with Ricky. I think I'm going to give it, I think I will, a 7.5 because I feel like I'll enjoy it like you and Rick didn't enjoy Time Cop. I was enjoyed with the whole movie of Time Cop, whereas I feel like Rick was let down because it was Van Damme trying to be too much of an actor and less punch kicky. I feel like I enjoy when Van Damme does that because, of course, it's never going to be where Stallone and Schwarzenegger was.
Oh, not even close.
Not even, no. But as long as I go into it with that mindset of this is what I'm getting from Van Damme, I'm happy.
All right, let's go. Because after that, I'm gonna tease it. After we do our Universal Soldier episode, we're gonna come back for another episode where we rank the movies we have seen. So
we won't do it at the end. We'll have a whole episode for it.
I thought this would be its own episode.
I love it, yo.
Because we're gonna come together and do a cohesive. First, we're gonna give our individual list, and then we're gonna work together to create the definitive Brews Cruise top 5 Van Damme universe movies.
All right. So you gotta watch Type Boy. I gotta like Blood.
I'm gonna be a detriment to that because y'all know me. I kind of fanboy for Van Damme back then, and
I'll tell you a little bit of rules now. We'll do a 2-hand majority vote with each movie.
Okay.
But each person gets to give their case on where they think the movie lands. We'll all vote, and then we'll have our definitive
I
list.
fucking love it, man.
All right.
All right.
So, Rick, I'll say this. I love this, by the way. I love every time we do this shit. You got to pick whatever we drink next time. I feel like we should always keep monkeys because it's the one thing we know doesn't taste like shit. But you got whatever
Wait.
next time.
What do we give this beer? 5 out of 10.
You go first, Vicky.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a 5. It was average sour, but 0 taste.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Can I go second, Rick? I want to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
I always need to feed off one of y'all to get a number. I'm gonna give it a 3.75. It's not shit. It's not shit. But after trying this, I feel like I don't need to have it ever again. I just don't.
And that's why I gave it a 3. I just don't need it in my life.
Yeah. All right.
This is great, man. KBS, by the way, what did Rick call it? Kangaroo bullshit?
Oh, it was
I'm
bad.
gonna give that a 0.25.
Oh, we're going back and oh, that's a 2. 2 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it.
0.25.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5, mainly because at least look, it tastes nasty, but it'll get you drunk.
Yeah, it does get you drunk. That's true. It does
Finish it to get me drunk though, man. God. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm going off the rails here. I talked to my coworker about how much shit that was. He said, "Did you drink it out of the beer bottle?" I said, "Yes, man." He said, "With stouts, you have to aerate them." And Rick, you know about this more than I do. Do you pour a Guinness into a cup?
Hell no.
That sounds like a bunch of bullshit, by the way.
Yep.
It was terrible for me, but I don't.
If I put a KSB or KBS into a cup, it's gonna be a cup full of bullshit.
Yep. Koala.
Koala bullshit. That's great. Oh man. Yeah, you know what?
From down under.
Yeah. Even during my drunkenness, because for whatever reason, the monkey hit me tonight, y'all. I really appreciated it. I feel like you anchored this episode, Ricky. I appreciate you both. Because
you definitely did.
All I know was I knew after finishing Double Impact, I was going to have enjoyed it much more than you and Rick. And that's, I mean, and I went into it, I was like, the questions I usually ask, I was like, there's no need other than asking if it holds up well. That was, to me, the most important question that I had to offer. And I didn't have shit else for tonight. Universal Soldier, though, I'm glad. I'm looking forward to ranking. I do feel like
I can't wait.
It's either going to be, in my opinion, my projection, it's going to be either that or Time Cop for the best of the 5. But I do know I like Time Cop.
I'm going Universal Soldier all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that episode. I can't wait for the Universal episode. I can't wait for the ranking episode because we get to revisit these awful movies, and I can't wait for that.
Yeah. Rick, this has been an episode of Brews and Crews, my dogs. I love them niggas. I love these niggas. I'm going to stop the recording now, not because I'm going to say something important, but just because we've done our job with Double Impact. By now, I feel like you should know our take on if you've never seen it or if you've seen it, should you revisit it? Rick gave it a 4. I would give it a 6.75. Ricardo, you would give it a 6 period.
6
even.
6.25.
2.5. Okay. All right.
Okay. I feel like it's worth your time as long as you consider the twin concepts. Everything else, do you want to see ridiculously bad gunplay? You don't? Don't watch this movie. That's Brews with the Crews. We hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm going to just chat with my dogs.